Did you know that 90% of Jewish people have Turkic ancestry, and their ancestral homeland is not Palestine? There are so many ethnic groups in the world, and none of them is superior to the others. Nobody has the right to say, I'm Turkish, I'm Arab, or I'm German, as if it makes them better. Sometimes, though, a group's language can mislead us. For example, Egyptians aren't Arabs, but they speak Arabic. Or take Dr. Ashrafian, the famous geneticist. After conducting genetic studies on the people of the Iranian plateau, he concluded that all these groups are Aryan, even the Azeris of Iran and Azerbaijan. Now, why have these groups remained Aryan after all these years? It's because of the mountains in this land. Even if parts of this region were ruled by Turks at some point, they didn't have enough influence to change the region's genetics. Only the language of the people changed. Now take a look at South Asia. It's full of mountainous regions, but Central and Northern Asia are completely flat and open. Ancient Turkic peoples originally lived in those flatlands. Their population was very small because life there was tough. For example, look at Mongolia and Kazakhstan today. Both are bigger than Iran in size, yet Mongolia's population is 3.5 million, Kazakhstan's is 20 million, while Iran's population is 90 million. These Turkic tribes were nomadic, wandering across the steppes, and were incredibly strong warriors. They roamed across vast areas, frequently raiding the southern regions and plundering what they could. That's why structures like the Great Wall of China, the Gorgon Wall, and the Didnt Fortress in the Caucasus were built to keep these Turkic invaders out. Eventually, these Turkic tribes united to form a massive confederation. From this confederation emerged the Khazar Empire in the northern Caucasus. To the south of Khazaria was the Abbasid Caliphate. To the southwest was the Byzantine Empire, and to the west were the Slavs. While they had established a government, most Khazars were still nomads. They grew rich by taxing trade caravans and raiding territories and merchants. One of their practices was attacking the Slavs, taking slaves and selling them. It's even said that the word slave originates from the Slavs. Now things start to get interesting. Did you know that Judaism is considered more of an ethnicity than a religion? You can't just become Jewish. Your mother has to be Jewish for you to be considered one. That's why Zionists claim they're descendants of Jacob and say Palestine is their ancestral homeland. Let's go back to Khazaria. The Khazars were originally shamanistic and polytheistic, but the story gets fascinating in the 800s AD. The ruler of Khazaria decided that, to prevent his empire from being absorbed into the Christian Byzantine Empire or the Islamic Abbasid Caliphate, he would convert to Judaism. Then he ordered his court and his people to convert as well. Yes, you heard that right. A massive number of Turkic Khazars became Jewish for political reasons. Unbelievable, but true. When the Khazar Empire later collapsed under Russian attacks, these Jewish Turks spread across Russia and Europe. Arthur Koestler, a Jewish author, wrote in the 13th tribe that there were originally 12 Jewish tribes, and the Khazars became the 13th, though they weren't originally part of the Jewish people. Genetic studies on Ashkenazi Jews, who make up 90% of the global Jewish population, show that their genetic tests reveal they have anywhere from 30% to 70% Turkic genes, and in some cases, even up to 90%. Even Iran El-Hayek, a Jewish evolutionary biologist, stated that the ancestors of Ashkenazi Jews were the Khazars. In reality, Ashkenazi Jews have no connection to the Middle East or Palestine. Take a look at the hats worn by Ashkenazi rabbis. It's another clue about their origins. Recently, Benjamin Netanyahu tweeted that the Palestinians' connection to the land of Israel is nothing compared to the 4,000-year connection that the Jewish people have with the land. Bro, you're mistaken. If you're looking for your ancestral homeland, head to Russia and the Northern Caucasus. And if you want to go back 4,000 years further, you'll end up in Mongolia and Kazakhstan. Just make sure you take the side road on your way. Godspeed.